Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so what is the importance of Vaishnava festivals? First you tell. Yeah, first you all can tell some things. Why we attend the Vaishnava festivals, the Gaudiya Vaishnava festivals? Why should we attend? What is the importance? You can unmute and tell.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Vaishnava festivals are important because we are, first of all, we are remembering and we are doing some extra service on that particular day. And we are going to temple and we are having extra Sankirtan class. And we are having a good association. Many things, Mataji. So festivals are very, very important. That to Gaudiya Vaishnava festivals are very important, that it helps us to further improve in our bhakti cult, because we are going and associating with the devotees, we are singing Sankirtan, and on that special day, whatever we do, it means that our service will be multiplied in that manner, Mataji. So on that day, doing many services to the Lord is important.
Okay. Yes. So as you told about Sankirtan association and everything good. The most important thing is on the appearance day, especially on the appearance day, we at least have to see the Aarti of the Lord. At least we have to see the Aarti of the Lord. If you miss anything, it's fine. If you miss the class, doesn't matter. At least class you should try to attend, because you should know the glories about the person, right? We say Nityananda Prabhu. If you're not attending the program, then what's the use of telling so many things? That means nothing has gone into the heart of the devotee, right? If you are not, first of all, who is Nityananda Prabhu? Can anybody tell?
Balaram himself, Mataji.
More than Balram, who is he actually for us, for all living entities? Yesterday there was a class on this. Nobody attended. That's why you don't know anything. Who is
Guru Tattva, madam?
He's Guru Tattva, right? So if you're not celebrating these festivals, then there is no meaning of like Vaidi Sadhana Bhakti. Whatever you do here theoretically, you may give exams, you may score out of out. But if you don't try to attend, if you don't at least see the Aarti of the Lord, at least Abhisheka of the Lord, then there's no use of it. There's no use of it. Why? Because you're just neglecting. You're just neglecting. In NOD, there are so many offenses to the Lord. One is that you are not attending the special programs, that's appearance, disappearance of the Lord. You're not attending those things, then it's basically offense to the Lord. So that's why we keep, and the appearance day is the day to remember the Lord. And it's told that they are the they are very merciful on that day. Whatever you desire to grow in Krishna consciousness, if you don't ask on the appearance day, then it's you may get, but it will be very delayed. But then the day, right, when you celebrate your birthday, don't you become so happy when so many people are there? There is a big party, and if some small person comes and asks for something, won't you be happy to give something to that person? Won't you be so happy to give? No, whatever you ask, I'll give. Right? Nityanand Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they're the king. They need not give one or small things. They can give Krishna Prema to you. But if you're neglecting the most auspicious days, then it's just a negligence of whatever you have read in the theory. You're not applying in your life. Then what is the meaning of taking so many certificates? I have seen, people, they're just behind certificates and everything, but if you're not applying in your life, then there's no use. See, I'm not telling that you'd never attend, but try to attend all these programs, because it's for your good. We are not telling for our good or something. It's all because why now Mr. Prabhu will arrange so much big festival, and messages are going every now and then, admins are putting, but you're not bothered to attend even for 5 minutes. It's just neglecting the Lord, right? So at least next is Gaur Purnima. Don't miss these chances. We may not know what is going to happen next moment. Whatever we have got, we should utilize it in a good mood. Okay, I hope you try to attend. How many of you kept fast yesterday till afternoon? You can raise your hand. Only two of them kept the fast. Hmm? Okay, anyways, try to keep fast, because it's the day when you ask mercy. So you should do some austerities to the Lord, some austerities. This all come in Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. I don't know how much you have understood and applied in your life, but only for the examination purpose you are reading, then you will just get the certificate. But to please Lord, you should apply that in your life, I feel. Okay. Anyways, let's start with the new chapter. And before that, just an announcement that next week on the 11th of February, right? Next week, or when it is? Yeah, next week. So 11th of February, there will be an examination on Nectar of Instruction. So please go through all the chapters from introduction to the end. So the question may come from any part of the purport. Okay. So please go through it, and whatever we discussed in the class itself, it is going to come. But it's better you go through the purpose, because all the questions are to be attempted by you. There must be like 20-25 questions and 1 hour session. So it's just a short book answer, closed book. All of them have to keep their cameras on the examination. And those who pass these examination, and if you have attended all the classes, you'll be given certificate for that. If not, like whole level 3, all 3 exams, which are those Nectar of Instruction exam, then Isopanisad exam, and NOD exam. All 3 exams, if you pass with good percentage, then you will get a certificate. Last time we tried to issue certificate on the basis of assignment, but honestly to tell, many of them just cheated. Many of them, they just copy pasted, and we had to give a certificate because we had announced it. But I don't want that to happen this time. Certificate must have some value, some value must be there. Not just anybody comes and we just distribute like peanuts. We cannot do that. I feel it's injustice to the certificate as well, because there should be some endeavor from the students part. So you should at least try to attend the exams. Okay. Yes. Any
Mataji,
questions on this part,
Mataji,
examination part? Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, Mataji, if suppose if we are not, if I am not able, am not successful in this, can I write again?
Yeah, after all NOD, there will be again Nectar of Instruction.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
that's
want
kind
to
of a rotation.
okay. So will it be in how it will be done? The exam, will it be question and answer, or will it be in choice?
It's a short book question, like in Google form only. You just have to write the answer in Google form itself.
Suppose
Just
if I
submit.
am not having that thing, can I write in paper and then do this thing?
Uh,
PDF form?
I'll try if you can upload, because it's just 25 questions. I'll do that. You can write in a paper, but handwriting should be understandable.
Yeah, yeah.
With the picture and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Any other questions on examination part?
So now we have to read all the NOA full up to text 11.
Everything.
From introduction to text 11.
Everything,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Please go through maybe a hint. Go through your assignment questions.
Okay.
If you have done all the assignment, then it's very easy for you. If you're not done, unfortunate.
Okay.
Because see, assignments and everything is like whatever has been done in the class, that same question is in the assignment. So if you have not done assignment, that's also counted. Not just your tomorrow you come. I've never attempted one assignment and I'll just
Mataji, audio is not there.
okay. Hare Krishna. Let's start the class now. Okay. So, Isopanisad. What does Upanishad mean? Anybody knows? What is Upanishad? The meaning of Upanishad. Anybody knows already? My voice is clear?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Upanishad means song of God, if I understand properly.
No.
Verses.
Upanishad.
Okay. The verses by God.
What does Upa mean? Upa.
Sit.
No, not sit. Yeah, it's Upa means near. Okay, Upa means near. We do Upavas, right? Upavas means near, and Vas means to stay near.
Yeah.
So Upavas means Upa means to be near. Vas means where the place where the Lord is. So we'll be near to the Lord. That means our mind, intelligence, our thought, speech, everything will be near to the Lord. That's Upavas. Okay, basically means not fasting. Upavas means near to the Lord. Upanishad means sitting. Shad means sitting. Upa means sitting near. To whom? We should sit near whom?
To the Lord or the books. I mean,
Guru.
sacred books.
To Guru.
And to the Guru. You should sit near the Guru. Or when you hear from the Guru, you'll be near to the Lord. That's the Upanishad. And this is Isopanisad. Isha Upanishad. Okay. So let's understand where did this Upanishad come from? What is the importance of it and everything? Okay. Already we did Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimiraandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Paschyata Desha Tarini Shri Krishna, Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, Sapitam Yena Bhutale, Swayam Rupa Kadamayam, Dadati Swapadantikam, He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Sute Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, just the overview of this course. Okay, the lesson 1 is introduction and invocation. Let's see if we can cover these both, or we can just do introduction today and invocation in the next, after maybe on the 14th, not 14th, it's 18th. Okay, so like 11th is your examination. After that, next week we'll do the invocation. So lesson 2 is mantra 1 to 3, 3 is 4 to 8, and 4th is 9 to 11, and 5th is 12 to 14, and 6th is 15 to 18. So there will be 6 classes. Let's see on the basis of the speed and how much you can grasp in one class, we'll see how much we can go through. Okay. Coming to the next part, that's the introduction of Isopanisad. So let's see what is the definition of Veda, and why are we not capable to understand Veda, or what is that thing which is stopping us from seeing the Lord. That's the 4 defects and qualifications of a bona fide spiritual master, and 3 ways of acquiring knowledge, and the 2 process of acquiring knowledge. There are 3 ways and 2 processes. So the first coming is about acquiring knowledge. Anybody knows the 3 ways, which any 3 ways you remember or you know about acquiring knowledge? Any 3 ways?
Madam, is it, Mataji, is it the from Shastras, Guru and Sadhu? Or no, that's not the way, right? Hearing.
Let's way. What kind of a way it is? Like your hearing.
Yeah, hearing.
Shravanam.
Okay.
From Shravanam, or by directly getting it from Guru, or by reading Holy Scriptures.
Okay, that's one kind. Another.
Mataji, like Pratyaksha Pramana.
Yes, Pratyaksha Pramana. What is Pratyaksha Pramana means?
Seeing.
Getting it from scripture.
No.
Seeing it,
Pratyaksha, yes?
Seeing it.
Seeing it.
Practical experience. Practical experience.
And then
practical experience.
Yeah.
Examples? Who are those? Who are just on the basis of practical examples they can understand. You said Sadhu, Shastra and everything we are hearing.
That is hearing, yeah.
Right? That's Shabda Pramana. You are hearing from a Shabda. This is Pratyaksha Pramana. Who are those people? Who just want to see?
Scientists.
Scientists, doctors, scientists and all of these people. So they're just on the basis of Pratyaksha. And another one is Shabda Pramana, you're hearing from a bona fide source. One is seeing. Another one is?
Own experience.
Experience is Pratyaksha only, no? You're seeing. Okay. Another one. What about the speculators? What do they do?
Anumana. Is it Anumana?
Anumana. You're seeing, but still you have some doubts. Am I seeing it right or wrong? They are speculating, or they are behind, that's Anumana, or doubting on the basis. They are not hearing also. Even though they are hearing, they are not believing. Even though they are seeing, they are not able to believe it. So they are in between. They are called Anumana Pramana. Okay. One second. Yes, there are 3. And which is the best one? Easiest way?
The first one, hearing.
Hearing. Why?
Shabda Pramana. Because it is already it's the correct one, which has passed on from the Lord through parampara. It is as it is, which we are hearing, which is actually the fact.
This is actually the fact. Like today, Bhagavatam class, now Mr. Prabhu was telling about. Actually, what we see is basically science. It's all about the faith. What they see is what they believe in, right? It's just a faith. But then what we hear, it's actually the fact. Prabhupada tells that science is based on faith actually, and Shastra is based on fact. It is already there. The only thing is we can't see. Why do we can't see? Why do people believe on Pratyaksha Pramana and yet it is not full? Why? I can see, right? But it's not the complete knowledge. Why do we say that? What are the defects we have?
Our senses are defective, Mataji. We have the
Our
Imperfect senses.
knowledge is limited, Mataji.
Propensity
Limited
to
knowledge,
cheat.
propensity to cheat.
senses. Cheat, very
Committing
good.
committing mistakes.
Okay, very good.
Propensity to cheat.
Propensity to cheat. Our senses are limited, right? Here it is. This one. Pratyaksha Pramana is the direct sense perception, as I told, because it's basically the, if you can see the scientists and everything, they're Pratyaksha Pramana. They just, if you see doctors and everything, they want to split the body. That's why they tell that there is no soul. Why? Because they can't see the soul, right? But at least you can see the consciousness in the body, right? But they don't take it. They're just anumana, they're hypotheses. So that's kind of a doubting or a speculating process. Next is Shabda Pramana. That's hearing from an authority. For example, you go to a college. For example, you go to a school when you're a small child. What is the proof that after A there is B only? Why not C? Why do this B come in between? Did you ever ask such questions to your teacher? No. Why? Because if you ask that teacher, she'll tell or he'll tell, because my teacher taught me like that. Because my teacher taught me. In that way, we go back, and we understand that the first person who told, he actually told like A, after that B comes, B, after that C comes. So everybody's going through the same process. Why? People say it's an authorized process, right? Similarly, we didn't see Krishna, right? This spirituality is not just seeing. It's from, that's why in Navavida Bhakti, first comes this Shravanam. If you hear, then only will be understand, you will understand about the Lord, right? Yesterday there was festival. We don't know who is Nityananda Prabhu. So somebody told us who is Nityananda Prabhu, right? Who is Nityananda, who is Balaram, why he is called Balaram, where did he take birth, and all of that. But the first process, if you want to establish faith in something, you first hear, you start to hear about, right? You start hearing about that, then you get some faith in that thing, right? Similarly, in the spiritual life also, you start hearing, I have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in first level. In level 1, your teacher told you have to chant your Hare Krishna Mahamantra at least one round. You started chanting, but many of them just left that there. Why? They did not continue with us, or they did not continue chanting more. Why? They did not know the glories of chanting. That's why, right? You are chanting now because you know the glories of the chanting, right? If you have never heard about the glories of chanting, you will just leave it as like karma kanda philosophy, just a karma kanda, only good will happen in your home and all of that, right? Only that thing will no. But then if you go through an authority and ask, he will tell or she will tell what Hare Krishna Mahamantra is, what are its glories, what it can give you, so many things. Then you get that firm faith in chanting the holy name. The faith will develop inside you. Similarly, it's Shabda Pramana, which gives us the firm faith in Krishna consciousness. So we should every day try to hear. That's why again and again we are telling, hear Bhagavatam class, because your faith, as I told, Anishtadhikari, how is the faith? It's flickering faith. So how do you get to that stage, to Madhyamadhikari? You have to constantly just hear about the Lord from a bona fide source. From a bona fide source. There are so many people who will just tell about the Lord like this only. But then, if it's not from a mouth of a devotee who has been doing sadhana correctly, who has been preaching under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada, whatever you hear, it's waste. So Shabda Pramana should come from where? From an authority. Okay. So that's why Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana, and Shabda Pramana. So what are the 4 defects? As you said, our senses are limited. Here, what is happening? There are 4, there are people here. Okay. These are almost, what you tell, they are blind people. For example, they go at a night. Okay. For example, they go to an elephant and they don't know how elephant looks like, because from birth they are blind. And this person goes and touches the body of the elephant. He concludes it, no, elephant is like a wall. Right? He doesn't know what is happening in the back or front. He just, whatever has been told him to, he's pushed to, he touches it and it's like, no, elephant is a wall. Elephant is like a wall, he'll tell. A person here near the leg, he goes and catches it. He'll tell, no, elephant is like a tree trunk, just like tree, that tree which we touch, no, similarly like that. He's, no, somebody comes, no, elephant is like a rope, right? And he just touches the tail of it. And what about this person? He thinks elephants, he just touches the ear of the elephant and he just thinks it's like a sharp, a knife, because sharp edges it has. And this person touches the trunk of the elephant and he says that because it's moving, so it's a snake. And this person tells it's like an arrow. So how many of them are correct here? How many of them are correct in this picture? Anybody is correct?
None of them are right, Mataji.
Why they are not right?
Because they did not analyze the complete thing. They just saw one face or one part of the elephant. So they did not have a complete knowledge about something.
So which of the 3 pramanas they are going through? Which pramana? Pratyaksha, Anumana, or Shabda? Which of these 3?
Anumana.
Yeah, Anumana Pramana, even Pratyaksha Pramana. Why? Right? They're using the senses also. If they are blind, doesn't matter. At least they're using hands and everything. No? So they are seeing just by the things. But somebody who has seen the elephant, now you come here into this picture and you call all of these boys and tell, elephant is none of what you have thought. Elephant is an animal, which is like a huge, and you start explaining about the animal. And even though they are blind, they'll come to know that elephant is an animal and this is what it looks like, right? And when it becomes, if it's dark and you can't see, right? And if sun comes there, suppose they are not blind, they have eyesight, but the thing is it's dark here. So when sun comes out, can't they see it's an elephant here? Can't they see? Similarly, we just are doubting, is this like this? Is the God like that? But if somebody who realized the God, Tattva, right? That's why Krishna says, Tattva is very important. Krishna Tattva, right? One who knows the science of Krishna consciousness. If such person comes and tells us about Krishna, that's Shabda Pramana. And if we hear it from his mouth, then it's Shabda Pramana. Right? We are in this stage now. We are just Anumana. We are just trying to get some knowledge through speculation, through our senses. Right? So that's how is Pratyaksha or Anumana Pramana looks like. And what about Shabda Pramana? Evam parampara praptam imam rajeshayo viduhu. Krishna says, this supreme science, 4.2. Right? So Shabda Pramana means from Krishna it's coming. It's not Prabhupada his own thoughts. Prabhupada is telling what his guru told. What his guru is telling what his guru told. So where does that real knowledge come from? That comes from Krishna. For example, you want to know about me, okay? Until I reveal myself to you, you can't understand me, right? But you can't reach me, so I give my letter to a person, postman, okay? That postman, a postman, does he change anything inside the letter? Does he change any word, any letter inside that letter? No. He will give as it is. A postman, have you ever seen a postman opening the letter and changing the address and everything? If he does so, he's not a postman. He's a culprit, right? So why a postman is trusted? Because he gives as it is the letter. Similarly, we don't know who is Krishna, but Krishna has given us a letter through a postman, and that postman is coming in this disciplic succession and giving us the letter. And Guru is that postman. So Prabhupada himself gives the analogy of a Guru, how a Guru becomes a postman. That's why Prabhupada wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is. No changes in the letter of Krishna. Prabhupada tells this Bhagavad Gita is a letter of love letter for a child from a father. So how can anybody change the words or starts to speculate? There's so many people in the market. They write business yoga, business Bhagavad Gita, and then education Bhagavad Gita. Somewhat they'll start writing about their own thoughts in the Bhagavad Gita. Is it really Bhagavad Gita? It's not. Why? Rather than writing Bhagavad Gita, write your Gita, no? Your own Gita, you can write Mr. Gita, something you can write. But no, you want to use Krishna's name and write your own thoughts. That's wrong, right? That's not the work of a postman. So postman is the one who delivers the letter as it is. So although it's a Shabda Pramana, you can't see Krishna right now, but you have firm faith in what your guru is telling, right? That's what is important in spiritual life. The only progress you start is from a guru. That's why initiation is very important in any spiritual religion. If you go, Diksha is very important, initiation. Why? Now you come under a shelter of guru. You are coming under the parampara. And after you come under a parampara, you can actually go to Krishna. Without parampara, accepting any of the parampara, you can't go. That's why Gaudiya Vaishnava, there is so much initiation, I mean to say, there is initiation programs, right? Why they are keeping, and it's not just for the caste or something, it's for everyone, because Krishna is for everyone. So whoever passes all this for rules and everything of initiation, they are given initiation. And what is initiation means? You're starting. Initiate means what? You're beginning. So think what you're doing now. It said that whatever you do, why do we do Ekadashi? So that all our sins will get nullified. Why do we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra? So that we can get Krishna Prema. But our sadhana, is it capable to get that Krishna Prema? It's not. Is our Ekadashi is capable to nullify all our sinful acts? Not possible. Then who is that person who will destroy all our sins? That's Guru. That's why we want a living Guru, right? Prabhupada is there. He is Shiksha Guru for all of us. He has given philosophy and everything. But until you get a living Guru who has come from Srila Prabhupada, you can't really go back to Prabhupada. Why? It's in the disciplic succession. If you're not taking initiation from the disciples of Prabhupada, then you're breaking the chain. So it's like coming in the disciplic succession. So when you take initiation, what happens? All your papa of different life, it just gets nullified. Just gets nullified. You do a yagna in front of the Lord the day you take initiation, and Guru removes all your sinful acts at once and removes it. And what about after initiation? Whatever by mistakenly you have done, Guru will nullify your karmas. Why? To go to Krishna, not even papa should be there, not even punya should be there. So how it happens? because of a guru, because our own sadhana is not capable to take us to Krishna. So guru is needed to us. So that's what the Shabda Pramana makes that clear. Whatever we are coming through, it's from disciplic succession. So only the Krishna Tattva is given by a guru. So Shiksha Guru gives the spiritual instruction and the inspiration on behalf of Srila Prabhupada, as I told, right? Shiksha Guru is like Namnishta Prabhu. He gave us the instruction, the inspiration to, inspiration to chant more, to read Prabhupada books. He gave so many instructions to us to come morning in Mangalarti and all of that. It's Prabhupada's instruction. But on behalf of Prabhupada, he gave us. And the Parampara. And Diksha Guru gives the spiritual instruction, inspiration, and formal initiation. Shiksha Guru, he may connect you to Prabhupada, he may connect you to Krishna, but then it's informal. He can't take all your sins, but Diksha Guru can take. Diksha Guru has the power to remove all your sins. Shiksha Guru, he might be, he is there to guide you, but then he also guides you to Diksha Guru. For example, there is a father, okay, and there is a teacher. Just take an example. And your business, the teacher's business, is to correct the the father's son, to correct the son and then recommend the son to the father that this your son has has clarified all the things, so he is now good for your further programs. He is now he's progressed. So Shiksha Guru is kind of a person who he recommends to Diksha Guru. He prepares that disciple, prepares him to be the disciple of Diksha Guru. So Shiksha Guru helps you in that, guiding us. So Diksha Guru is the person or the person who will give you initiation formally and gives a spiritual name and later imparts you the sacred Gayatri mantra. The first initiation is Harinam initiation. The second initiation is Brahmanical initiation. That is the the Brahmanical, in which Gayatri will also be given. So it's not given together. Before it was given together, but now seeing our conditions, they are splitted. If you can follow the Brahmanical instruction, then you can take. If not, you can just be in Harinam initiation as well. That's not a wrong thing. You can. So mantras are qualified disciples as service to the Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara. So it's in the GBC statement. So this is very important, what Prabhupada has told about the position of Prabhupada. Okay. So whatever he has told, that's why we tell, read Prabhupada books. Why? You get connected to Prabhupada. He's called preeminent Shiksha Guru. Why he's called preeminent Shiksha Guru? Because he gives the knowledge about Krishna consciousness. He can't give Diksha right now because he gave and he has disappeared now from our eyesight. He's there, but he is not in front of our eyesight. So Diksha can be taken by a person who is qualified by Srila Prabhupada. That means Srila Prabhupada has recommended this person can be a Diksha Guru after me. So he can give you Diksha. So somehow you're connecting to Srila Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara. So that's how important it is. And those who are chanting 16 rounds and following all the regulations, I'll post a message about initiation. So who are interested about initiation can apply for that. Okay. So I'll post rules and regulations and everything. You go through it in the group. Okay. So after that, there is Namanista Prabhu is so merciful. He's giving the initiation program. Maybe in the end of March, by end of March. So there will be some after March, maybe after April, because April the temple soft opening will be there. After April maybe there'll be initiation programs and everything, so you can take initiation. So I'll I'll post a video in that, go through it and see what are the qualifications needed. If you're not qualified, you have intense desire to take initiation, but you're not qualified, some of the things are remaining, then complete it within some keep your own time, like 2 months I'll complete this. So what happens, you can apply for initiation. So okay, so these are the things. And yeah, about bona fide spiritual matter, what is qualification? What are the qualifications of bona fide spiritual master? Yes, Kishore Kumar Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
वाचो वेगम मनस क्रोध वेगम जिह्वा वेगम उदरपस्थ वेगम एतान वेगान जो विषयता धीरा सर्वम अपि मम पृथ्वी सशिष्यत. That is one Mataji. Another one is that kiva vipro kiva nasi. That one sloka is there. Means whoever, irrespective of caste and his religion, if he is established in Krishna consciousness, he can be Guru.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. Who is a bona fide spiritual master? Very good. First, he should be coming in disciplic succession. If everything is there, but he is not coming in disciplic succession, what's the use? For example, there are so many gurus, so many Babaji, Sadguru, and Jagat Gurus. So many gurus are there. But if you ask about their guru, who is your guru? They say, no, I went to Himalayas, I made tapasya, I became a guru. That's really not the way you become a guru. Guru means the one who gives you Krishna. If they're not capable to give you anything, for example, why do you give something when you have something, right? If you have Krishna, then you can give Krishna, right? If you have God in your heart, then you can give the God to another person. That's how disciplic succession means. When you take initiation, what does that really mean? The guru has Krishna in his heart, and he is giving that Krishna to your heart. That's how the beads are exchanged. Beads are given to you, right? It's giving, Krishna is been given to you. That means you are connected to Krishna now. If the person himself has no Krishna in his heart, how can he give it to others? Now, for example, whatever I preach here, it may not be applicable to any of you. Why? For example, I tell everybody should, follow Brahmanical instructions, that this, I start telling so many things, and I myself don't follow it. Will you be able to follow it? No. Why? The teacher in disciplic succession, the thing is, it's kind of a miracle only, that if a guru has, if a guru has, then only a disciple can have that thing. For example, if a guru has, good sadhana, then he can instruct his disciples to have a good sadhana. He himself doesn't do any sadhana. He himself doesn't chant 16 rounds. What will he tell to others? He himself don't follow the 4 regulative principles, or she herself don't follow the 4 regulative principles, drinks coffee, tea, onion, garlic. What that person will tell to his disciples or his followers? He can't tell. Why? It's not practical. If you have, then you can give. No? You yourself don't read, you yourself don't do any sadhana, you yourself don't read Prabhupada books, then what is the use of telling others, whoever is attending your class? It's not possible. So a bona fide spiritual master, he should come under a disciplic succession. What does that disciplic succession means? A disciplic succession means you are under a guru's guidance, and that's very important. And then you can actually control this, vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. It comes automatically when you are under a guru. Why? Guru will establish that Krishna consciousness in your heart. Okay. So therefore, in the Vedic injunctions is that one must approach, the word compulsory is used. Okay, that's what here. Some ask, there should be choice. I message, right? Everybody should attend Mangalarati. Somebody said there should be choice. No, I can't. You can't force me to do anything. There should be choice for us. Choice. Maya also has a choice. Maya also has a choice. She can turn you anything, right? Krishna buliya jeev bhoga vancha kare chapatiya maya. Maya will not see, oh, he's so, he is so silent, he's so innocent, I won't catch him. No, she doesn't think. She just thinks, if you're not using your senses, if you're not endeavoring for Krishna consciousness, then come endeavor for me. If you can't be independent, that's what, there is no choice for the jiva. Either it has to go to Krishna or it has to go to Maya. 4:30 you're sleeping, then it's obvious that you are under a Maya. Why? If you are enduring for Krishna, right? There are people in Mangalarati, and even in England, even in Canada, there are people getting up at 4:30 and doing Mangalarati, Samsara Dava, they are singing. Any ISKCON temple you have seen that, oh, it's so cold, no brahmacharis got up, no pujaris got up, and Lord is also sleeping at 4:30. No. Whatever Prabhupada told, instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, that's what instruction means. And what does Prabhupada did? He just took up the instruction of his spiritual master as life and soul and traveled all over the world. What did Prabhupada ask us to do? Did he tell, donate blood or give bloodshed here? Did he tell, leave your home and get out of the home? Did he ask any of these things? Or did he tell, leave your home and go out and go to another country which you never seen and go there and preach for the people who have never heard about Krishna? Did he tell? He just asked, get up morning, attend Mangalarti, chant 16 rounds. He just asked this much. He himself was not sleeping. He himself was like 2 hours he was sleeping. Did he ask, you also should only sleep for 2 hours? Did he ever ask that to us? No, he told, sleep comfortably, but then get up morning. Whatever time you sleep, doesn't matter. Get up at 4:30, 3:30 and get ready for Mangalarati. He just asked that, right? Did he ask something, property of your home? No, he just asked this much, read my books, right? Prabhupada told, those are my ecstasies, read every day. He didn't ask big things. We can't do this much things, then it's very bad for our part. That means in Kali Yuga, it's true that we can't endure for much things, right? Whatever Shukdev Goswami told in the 12th canto, they are manda sumanda matayo, manda bhagya, they are unfortunate souls. Even though in front of us Krishna is standing, we can't see. How is Krishna standing? In his mantras, right? The chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and we are not keen to accept it. Morning Prabhu, Namanista Prabhu, did he ask anything from us? He just asked, morning, please come attend the japa session. 2 hours, that's it. If you can't follow 2 hours, at least for 1 hour you come, chant with us. We can't do that also. We are so negligent people, we can't do that also. Sometimes we feel so sleepy, we can't get up for Mangalarati, and we just waste our life. We wasted before also. After coming to Krishna consciousness, we don't want to endeavor for Krishna, then we wasted here also, no? So what's the use? So that's what here it is said. And what is the qualification of a spiritual master, and who is that spiritual master who can give us knowledge? He is the one who has rightly heard the Vedic message from a right source. That's what bona fide source means, a right source. And he must practically be firmly established in Brahman. These are the 2 qualities we must have. So what is nectar of instruction told is higher level, or you can come to that stage. But then Vacho Vegam, everything is there. But I'm not coming under disciplic succession. Then it's merely a waste. Why? Because you can't give anything to other people. You yourself, you are kind of a selfish person. You yourself become a guru, and then you can't give others. They normally, if you see those so-called gurus in the society, they don't want others to become a guru. But a Vaishnava, disciplic succession, a person, he wants everybody to become a guru. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told. Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Whoever you see, give Krishna Upadesh. And if you know the Krishna Tattva, you're a guru. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells. But we should know the Krishna Tattva from a guru itself. That means our bona fide spiritual master. So what is the difference between liberated soul and conditioned soul? Yes, Dikshit Prabhuji.
Mataji, liberated souls are the souls who are in Krishna consciousness and they are out of illusory world. But conditioned souls are souls who work for their senses, and with their uncontrolled senses, they became servant for Maya.
Okay. Anybody knows any shlokas from Bhagavad Gita where Krishna tells about liberated souls? What is it tells about the liberated soul? Whose shelter they have taken?
Is it Sthita
Nobody?
Pragya Mataji? Sthita Pragya.
They are in the Brahman platform, Sthita Pragnas. About liberated souls, Krishna told something. Mahatmas, just a clue. Mahatma. We are Duratmas, they are Mahatmas. So what about the Mahatma? Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakriti mashrita. Remember? Nobody went through this? Level 1, level 2, everybody went. So Mahatmanastu maham partha daivim prakritim ashrita. They are in Daivi Prakriti. What does Daivi Prakriti here mean? Which Prakriti it is? Which is that?
Yogamaya,
Yogamaya. And for us, it's
Mahamaya.
Mahamaya. Correct. For liberated souls, it's Yogamaya. And for us, it's Mahamaya. This itself, we are not convinced. Mahamaya for us, how? Because we are under the 4 defects. And these 4 defects are only for conditioned souls. As you already told, the 4 defects are committing mistakes, illusion, cheating propensity, and imperfect senses. That's Brahma. That means Pramada and Vipralipsa and Karna Patatava. That means the imperfect senses. Okay, this is given in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. So what is happening here? Anybody can tell? What is happening here? What mistake she has done? What he has done?
She is not following the rules here. Where everybody
No,
is
more
going.
than rules. What is she doing there? Where will she end up?
She is climbing a wrong
Nowhere.
platform. That
Ah,
is Maya.
it's illusion, right? It's illusion for her. Committing mistakes. We do committing mistakes. Right? For example, what kind of a mistakes you do normally normally generally for everybody? Any examples? So many mistakes we do, right? Any one of them?
Neglecting the regulative principles.
That's higher. I'm asking the day-to-day life, we do so many mistakes.
While chanting the mantra, we make the mistakes. The 10 mistakes.
They are offenses.
Offenses, yes, Mataji.
Mistakes.
Assumption, Mataji. We always make some assumption for someone. Assumptions.
Assumptions. Okay. Normally, for example, you see a rope in the road, and you conclude it's a snake, right? It's a mistake from your side. Your senses are not correct. And then, for example, I saw one post somewhere. It was told that the first mistake in your new year, is that you write the wrong year in the date column. This is 2023. You will write 1/1/2022. So that's a mistake, right? We do all kinds of some nonsense mistakes daily in life. So these are common mistakes we do. And what does that make? We are conditioned to that, right? We mistake a rope for a snake, and so many such examples are there. So these are the examples. And what about this? Is this picture moving? Is this a video?
No,
No,
Mataji.
Mataji, it's illusionary picture.
It feels
Not
like
moving.
moving, right? And are these straight lines or cross lines?
Straight lines.
But I can see cross.
Straight lines look oblique.
Yes. Optical illusions, right? And what about this? Is this moving? So many things are there. So Conclusion is that with all these deficiencies, we cannot give perfect knowledge to anyone. So Prabhupada is concluding here. Now you yourself saw, right? Do I have to give a pratyaksha pramana? This is what pratyaksha pramana is. You saw my eyes are not perfect. It's getting illusion here. It's pratyaksha pramana for you. So after knowing these many things, what is the conclusion? That Krishna
These four
is
deficiencies.
Krishna is
Counting mistakes or illusion and imperfect senses.
yes. Okay. So with this unlimited Krishna is unlimited, right? He says this world is just a spark of my opulence. So Krishna is so opulent. Krishna is unlimited. And furthermore, we can't see Krishna in front of our eyes. Why? Because our eyes are numb. It's not correct. That means our senses are not purified. Our senses are not perfect. Because we are illusion, we are conditioned in this material world. Our senses, what we have got in this body, are not perfect. They have illusion, they have imperfect senses, right? What a bat, a bird, right? A bat, mammal kind of a bird. So what it hears, the herds of that sound, we can't hear. That's science have proved, right? What dogs can smell so easily, even it's 1 kilometer away, we can't smell so easily. What cats can hear, what cats can see in the night vision, right? We can't do that. In night, we can't see, go to the mirror and do a makeup. Anybody does the makeup in the night, in the darkness? Nobody. Why? You yourself can't know where the kajal is going, where what all the things are going, right? You yourself can't see the hand. So in what basis you are asking, how can I see the Lord? Right? It's not possible. I can't see my own body at the darkness, in the dark night. On what basis I'm asking, show me God? What is the base? You don't have the perfect senses itself. You want to see the perfect being and you don't have perfect senses. So therefore, we accept the Vedas as they are. What is Vedas? What does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita about Vedas? Who is Veda?
Krishna himself.
Which shloka is that?
Vibhuti Yoga.
Shloka. Anybody remembers?
Vedesha sarvai ahameva vedyo.
Vedesha sarver ahameva vedyo. Vedanta kridveda videva cha. Sarvasya chaham sannivishto. Yes. His voice is breaking, Mataji. I don't know. Okay, sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto mattas pratijnana apohanam cha vedeshta sarve ahameva vedyo vedanta kridveda videva cha vedanta. Right? Krishna is Vedanta. Kridveda videva chaham. So Krishna is to be understood. So next comes the deviation of the Vedas. That is Prasthanatraya. That means the three kinds of divisions. One is Shruti. What is heard? Right? What do we hear? That's Vedas. From Vedas, that is, Vedas are nothing but what you hear from a source. Okay, in beginning, it was from mouth to mouth. Like you hear from from your guru and you keep in your head, and then you tell to another, your own disciple. So that's how before it was, like you're hearing the Vedas. And these are the four categories given by Veda Vyasa. What are the four Vedas?
Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda.
Very good. These are the four Vedas. So Vyasadeva gave, and Vyasadeva distributed these four Vedas. Before it was just Vyasadeva did not. Before Vyasadeva, it was just by hearing they could exchange the knowledge. After that, he wrote in the book form, in a letter form. He wrote, and that was distributed to his four disciples. So Veda was one, and Veda Vyasa. Right? First Rig Veda came, then Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and all of this Veda came. First Veda was only one from Brahma, right? Krishna gave when the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, he was sleeping, and from the navel Brahma came out, lotus and Brahma came out, and he could not know anything. It was full darkness, no sun, no moon, nothing. So, and there was one word which came was tapa, that means to do austerity, that's tapas. And then when Brahma did tapas, what happened? Krishna in his heart as Paramatma, he gave him the knowledge, and that knowledge which Krishna gave to Brahma, that was Veda, and that was one. And then it was coming through a disciplic succession. And Veda Vyasa, the Vyas Maharshi, he made it into 4 categories. That's Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Vedas. So when he made it 4, he gave it to individual disciples, 4 main disciples. And they went to give it to their disciples. So it was like that. And that's called as Shruti Pramana, from hearing. Next comes Smriti Pramana, that which remembered by the sages in the form of Puranas. What are the Puranas? There are 18 main Puranas. There are so many Puranas, okay? And 18 are the main Puranas out of them. Purana means what? Purana means what? The literal meaning of Purana.
Ancient.
Old, Mataji.
Ancient.
Old, ancient, very good. Old, ancient. But people today, they say mythology. Mythology derives from the word called mithya, which is again coming in Sanskrit. They say Sanskrit and whatever has written in Sanskrit is all mythology. But the word mythology itself is deriving from Sanskrit, which means mithya. Mithya means that is false. But we are not telling Smriti Pramana as false. We are not telling here mithyas. We are saying what? Puranas. We do this Hindi word, right? Purana. Purana means what? Old. Right? And Purana in Sanskrit means old. It's not false. It's old. It's old. History, old. So these are not mythology. Anybody who tells your scriptures are mythology, please correct them. That it's not mythology. It's not mithya. It's fact. And it's old fact. It's history. Okay. So you got the answer for this. Then itihasas. That's the Vedic history, like some in the kinds of stories. Puranas are the various things, and itihasas are some of the stories which happened. That's Mahabharata and Ramayana, etc. There all comes in Smriti Prasthana. That's Manu Smriti also. So Manu Smriti is nothing but the Manu who wrote about who wrote in the book all the laws that has to be followed by the Manukula. That's mankind. That is written in Manusmriti. Okay, then comes Nyaya Prasthana, that's Vedanta Sutra. And Vedanta Sutra is like a logic. For example, you are going to a maths, and there you have big sums, theorems and all of that. And everything, so many big sums, 4-5 line question will be given to you. If you remember in your school days or college days, you will be given 4-5 lines question. And this thing has to be solved using this formula. The teacher will tell you. Why? If you use this formula and put numbers according to the formula, you will get a correct answer within a short period of time. Rather than going detailedly solving, if you put one formula, what happens? You get the same answer within short period of time. So Vedas were like 4, right? And they were in detail way. And it's called as Panchama Veda, the Mahabharata and Ramayana, because it is also in a detailed way. Then Vyas Maharshi, after writing all the 4 Vedas, he thought, why don't I give it in a short way? Like a formulas, short formulas, and whoever applies this formula, it results in the 4 Vedas. Okay, so he gave these formulas. There are so many formulas in Vedanta Sutra. And do you know what happened after Vedanta Sutra? What did he start writing? Vyas Maharshi. What did he start?
Bhagavatam, Mataji.
Yes, correct. Bhagavatam. Very good. He wrote Bhagavatam. Why? Even after writing Vedanta Sutra, he was not happy. I told, right? If you don't have Krishna, you won't be happy. So he, in Vedanta Sutra, everything was kind of an impersonal way. He wrote about Krishna, but then it was like jumbled in other things also. Then he was not happy. Then who helped him? His bona fide spiritual master, that's Narad Muni. He came there and he helped Vyas Maharshi, saying that you have to write about Krishna. Why? The main thing which is missing in all your scriptures are Krishna. One book you should dedicate only for Krishna. That book will be the ultimate book. So after Vedanta means, I told, right? The Anta, after giving all the short formulas, he said, even this is not important. Even this is not important. Why? We are in Kali Yuga and we can't do all these things. So he gave for the mankind, for this Kali Yuga especially, Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the encyclopedia of Krishna and his devotees. So everything is given in that. So he gave this knowledge to us. And if you see the first shloka of first Bhagavatam, first shloka, first canto, it's Janmadi Asya, which is the end of the Vedanta Sutra. So Janmadi Asya he ended in the Vedanta Sutra, and same Janmadi Asya he started with Bhagavatam. That means it's after Vedanta Sutra. He wants to indicate in that way. So Prasthanatraya, what does Prabhupada tell? Whenever there is an argument on the same point, one has to give the reference from Upanishad. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, we all attend, right? In the 8:15. You see the speciality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For any argument he gives, any argument, wherever, in Mayavadi, Buddhist he won't, but then still, whoever he meets, even a devotee or a Mayavadi, he gives whatever he tells, he gives the evidence with what? With a verse. He takes from Bhagavatam, he takes from other Puranas, all these Puranas, Bhagavatam, he gives the reference from the verses. If you see the speciality of Prabhupada also in the purports, right? Even if you are read, I don't know, those who have not read, I don't tell them. Those who have read, if you see Prabhupada's book, and especially Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada quotes some shloka in purports and he writes, this is from Mandukya Upanishads, this is from Katha Upanishad, this is from Shvetashvatara Upanishad, this is from Bhagavatam. He gives all these quotations there. So Prabhupada, whatever argument he gives, especially if he has written for Mayavadis in the purport, he'll quote some Upanishads there, right? If you see this. So he himself tells, if you want to prove something, then quote from Upanishad. So we don't have time to read all the Upanishad. That's why Prabhupada gave in the purport itself. That's why Prabhupada gave, rather than going to Mundaka Upanishad and reading each and every Upanishad verse and finding out, Prabhupada himself made it easy. He gave in the purport. If you read this shloka, that's enough for you to defeat any person. Okay, so if you read this verse in Bhagavatam, this is enough for defeating such person, to argue with such person. So Prabhupada gave us. So he's telling, if one gives a reference from Upanishad, then the argument is very strong. So this in Bhagavad Gita. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, if you see everything, Prabhupada is giving from the Shastra purpose. So Upanishad, the Vedas, deals mostly with the fruitive activities, gradually elevating the general public to the field of sense gratification to the position of the transcendental plane. Why do we need Upanishad? Before Upanishad, there was only Karma Kanda. In Vedas, Vedas means what? Normally, if you speak Vedas in the 15th chapter, the Urdhva Mula Madhashakam, what does Krishna tell about the Vedas? What are they? Vedas are what?
Knowledge.
They are?
Knowledge.
Activities in the material world.
Activities in the material world, or the knowledge depending on this material world, right? The leaves of the tree. And in Bhagavad Gita, again, Krishna says in the 2nd chapter, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Right? Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. The Vedas, people normally in this material world, they say that the Vedas are the best things, right? But then if you really see, Vedas are just speaking on the Karma Kanda philosophy. Actually, Vedas are speaking about Krishna. But the highlight, I said, no, why Vyas Maharshi was not happy? Because he did not give highlight to Krishna in Vedas. Rather, he gave the highlight to all this karma kanda things. That's why he was not happy. So if you see normally in society, in some videos or YouTube, they say Veda is supremacy. But then if you see Vedas, what they understand about Veda is very limited. They are just on the basis of karma kanda. Then comes Upanishad. Upanishad, they are like a bridge to devotional service. Upanishads are the bridge. Why? Karma kanda anybody can follow. The Vedas are read by Brahmanas, right? But Upanishad, it is specially for the disciple of a guru. Upa and Ishad means you are sitting near a guru and understanding about Krishna. So it's like kind of a bridge from karma kanda to the devotional service or transcendental position. That's what Prabhupada is telling here. And when the activities of sense gratification, namely karma kanda chapter, are finished, then the chance of spiritual realization is offered in the form of Upanishads. The Upanishads marks the beginning of the transcendental life. Now you got the answer why we are reading Isopanisad. Why we are reading Isopanisad? Because Prabhupada, Upanishad are mark for the beginning of the transcendental life. If you want, now you understood about the instructions. Now you want to really start devotional service. These are the main important things. 18 mantras are given. These speak about the Lord's inconceivable potency, who is He, and everything. Vedas merely speak about the Lord. Then comes the Upanishad, which speaks about the Lord, and especially Ishopanishad are the Upanishad, which speaks firmly about the Lord's form, how Lord is, how unlimited He is, and all of this. So there it is said about the Lord. So you start developing firm faith in it. And Upanishad means sit near the spiritual master. The language of the Upanishad is cryptic. That means it's speaking. It's kind of a speech, but you don't know who is speaking there. Upanishads are like that. You're so great, but who is telling you're so great? We don't know. It's actually the Upanishads are praying. Vedas are also a personified beings. Vedas also are speaking. You need not want Uvacha there. The Vedas itself, Upanishads itself are speaking. And some words are cryptic. That means you merely understand what they are. That's why, therefore, it is interrupted in many ways. That's why Prabhupada tells. Here in the verses, it said that Krishna has no form, but he has some other form. But people take it as God has no form. And so God is unlimited because he has no form. But under a spiritual master, you understand God has no material form. That's the thing what Krishna is, what Upanishads are trying to tell. But without a bona fide spiritual master, what happens? We think God has no form. But when a guru comes and tells you, my dear, it's not about the God does not have form. It's about God does not have material form. He is transcendental form. Satchidananda Swarupa, that right? So that's what is difference here. It's cryptic, but then if you are under a spiritual master, then it will be very easy. Srila Prabhupada gives in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila chapter 7, in the verse 108, Prabhupada gives about the list of 108 Upanishads. But there are more. It's not 108 Upanishads. Actually, there are so many Upanishads. And among them, some of the are very important. They are 108. And most of the Upanishads are Sambandha, the relationship level. That means what is our relation with Krishna. So Upa means near, and Nishad means bringing. So Guru brings us near to Krishna. That's what Upanishad means. And Ishopanishad clearly means the Guru who brings near to Ishvara. That's Krishna. Ishvara, Parama Krishna. Right? This Krishna conscious moment is completely authorized by the Vedic scriptures, other principles. So Prabhupada is telling that we are not whimsically giving this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to you. Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, they are the proof that Krishna consciousness was already there. They are the proof, right? So Prabhupada, this is the authorized sampradaya. Don't think that this is a foreigner's business or so many. In India, there are so many misconceptions of what is ISKCON. But then they don't know this is from the Vedic, their own root. They have forgotten their own root. That's why they are misguiding themselves. So Sri Upanishad is the part of Yajurveda, Mukhya type of Vedas, one of the 10 main Upanishads among the Katha, Kena, and etc. It is the analytical and philosophical by nature, but also very poetical and prayerful. We finally request those who are actually after the Vedic knowledge, try to understand the explanations of the Vedic knowledge from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So many of them wanted to know about Veda in the first level, right? Actually, if you want to go to Vedas, then you go to this thing, Isopanisad, right? It's almost speaking about what Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is speaking. Same verses, same. You can see some of the repeated verses from Bhagavad Gita here. I mean to say the repeated meanings of the verses, which is given in Bhagavad Gita. So these are the repeated things, what Krishna is telling. A person, if he tells once or twice, you may feel, he might be telling lie. People start changing their behavior and all of that. But Krishna is telling 3, 4, 5, many Upanishads, he's telling same things repeatedly and repeatedly. Why is he telling? Because it's the fact. It's the fact. If you go to one person and he tells one type of answer, and you go to another person, he tells the similar answer which the first person gave, and you go to the third person, he also gives the similar answer which the first person gave, then it's a proof, right? The first person, whatever he has told, it's correct, right? The person who you are going to, it's repeatedly saying the same answers. So Vedas, one Veda you go and ask who is Krishna, he tells the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Another Veda you go and there again you ask who is Krishna. The second Veda is also telling Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And all the 4 Vedas, all the Upanishads, all the Puranas, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everybody is telling Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Even the Brahma Samhita is telling Krishna is the Supreme Lord. That means Krishna is the Supreme Lord. It's a fact. But we don't want to, tell that. So invocation we'll do in the next class. Okay. So this is about the Isopanishad introduction. So if you have any questions on this, you can please ask. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama